Welcome to Glad Overland. I am Preston Glad. I am a full-time RVer and part-time overlander. I live in the Mohave Desert on a military installation in my 2020 open range 376 FBH, which stands for front bunkhouse. Now, I don't think I've ever shown the fifth wheel on my channel, so I'll give you a quick little tour. And this is the front section. These turn into beds. Both of them fold out. There's closets in here. There's also a bathroom up here. So when my kids visit, this is where they stay. This is the main living room and kitchen area. Got the master bedroom back here. The master bath. And washer dryer combo. And that is a lifesaver. So if you're thinking about living full-time RV life, and a fifth wheel and you have the space, get a washer and dryer. It makes a world of difference. So we're going to be heading down to the Mohave Lake probably tonight, and then work our way into Arizona. Not sure if we're going to go to Prescott or if we're going to go to Flagstaff and then start working our way into Coconino National Forest, and then all the way through to Tonto and Gila, down into El Paso, and then eventually we want to wind up at Fort Hood. In 2 weeks approximately. Over here just below Death Valley, and we're going to be heading down I-15, or up I-15 technically, to just on the other side of the Mohave Preserve to Searchlight. Check out the town of Searchlight, and then we're going to head over to Lake Mohave. And there's a couple of areas you can camp right here on Lake Mohave. That's where we'll stay tonight. It's about 2 hours away from where I am right now. Then we're going to hop over to I-40, shoot over to Flagstaff area, and then start working our way down the Coconino National Forest, the Apache National Forest, into the Gila National Forest, all the way down to Las Cruces, and then El Paso. And then once we're in El Paso, we will then shoot across over to Fort Hood. So we're going to spend the next week and a half just kind of working our way down through these areas using National Forest Service roads and just kind of playing it by ear. So I just turned on the Nipton Road off of I-15, and it drops you back off into this valley here. And this is the Mohave Preserve. The town of Nipton is actually for sale. There was a sign when I came in that said it's for sale. I'm not for sure if this is Nipton right here or if it's that area that's way out there off in the distance. But I pulled over real quick to kind of get a picture of this valley here, and also to let Daisy out to see if she needed to use the bathroom. And it's a good thing I did. So right where I'm at, there is a dip. So you come down and then it comes up right here. So I had just slowed down. So the speed limit is 55 on this road. I just slowed down to about, 35 to slowly pull off here. And right when I crested this hill, there was a car illegally passing another car. And if I had been going the speed limit and had not pulled off here, it would have been a head-on collision. You want to talk about luck? That's some luck. There it is, Lake Mohave. Now if you look right down the road here, I can't really see the screen, but it looks like there's a National Park Service checkpoint, which I imagine is closed. Probably not really manned. Probably during peak season it is. So to air down, I'm using the ARB little tool here. Basically, you just put it on, and then you pull this out, let air out, plug it in, stop it, and then it tells you what your, it's an easy deflator, that's what it's called. So, makes it pretty quick. You can get the ones to where you can preset, put on there and just pop them. And I have those somewhere. I think they're in storage in North Carolina though. The dog has an affinity with water. So now she's already started whimpering and whining because she can see the water. The problem is, I don't know how cold it's going to get tonight. And I don't want her soaking wet, covered in dust. Although, I mean, we have a heater in the back, but I don't know. But she loves water. I thought about stopping and using the binos to see if anyone was down here. But I thought, well, might as well just drive down. I don't know how much space there's gonna be down here. There are tracks. I can't tell how fresh they are. So we'll see here shortly. So the setup's been simplified. Basically, I have the microwave. Right below that, there's 200 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battle-borne batteries with a 2200 watt pure sine wave inverter and a charge controller for both solar and DC to DC. I have my fridge right there, my Dometic. I'm just bringing 3 of these 7-gallon aquatainers. I've got propane for my shower system. I've got my diesel heater right here. My food right here, dog food. And then up front I have my induction cooktop, pots and pans, miscellaneous bag, my electric kettle, and a couple other odd and end stuff. I can plug in anything I want to, and I've got plenty of power. There are groups of gnats here. She has been whining non-stop. Non-stop. I know. You're wanting to go in the water, but we can't do it, buddy. I'm sorry. I guess I should pay homage to Chris Shantz. Some Cheez-Its. Good morning. I didn't sleep very good. A group came in to fish at like 9 o'clock last night. And they had kids and 3 dogs. And they're still here, actually. And they're still out fishing. So Daisy was up all night, barking about every 30 minutes because their dogs are on a leash, and their dogs kept coming over to the truck and circling the truck. So we had a beautiful sunrise this morning. So I had to put Daisy in the truck. The group that came in, they've got 3 dogs. They're off leash. They're letting them do whatever they want. They've been loud all night. I didn't sleep very good. So I'm a big coffee guy, but I think this morning we're gonna do some tea, Earl Grey. There you go. Very good. Using this DeWalt portable air compressor. So it took 4 minutes and 50 seconds for 10 psi from 60 to 70. So about 4 minutes for 10 psi on the lithium-ion batteries. So this is not a fast option. It works. There was a review that said that this DeWalt compressor could only run for 10 minutes and then would get hot and have to rest for 5 or 6 minutes. I went back to back all 4 tires. I did this side, passenger side on lithium-ion batteries, and I did the driver's side on 12 volt to see the difference. And the lithium-ion 20 volt batteries are faster, the pump goes faster. So I just turned south on 89 off of I-40 heading towards Prescott. I don't know if I'm going to stay in Prescott National Forest, I think is what it's called, which is to my west, or Kebab, which is to my east. And it's also going to depend if I meet up with somebody or not. So I'm in Prescott, and I stopped at Method Coffee, which actually had a meetup this morning for Overlanders. Cars and coffee type of deal. And they went on trail ride, an overnight camp, but they left at 10. I didn't get till 4 p.m. But I came in here. I haven't heard back from my buddy. But I stopped here. I thought, well, I mean, I have everything I need on board, but I'll get a coffee, and then I don't have cinnamon rolls, so I shouldn't be eating this. But, you know, I'm a sucker for the sweets. I'm gonna eat this. If I don't hear back from my buddy, In the next 20 minutes, we're losing light. I got to start planning and figure out where I'm going to go. Obviously, I'm probably going to go Prescott National Forest because it's the closest. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is amazing. If I can keep from getting hit here. Wow, that is beautiful. I wish there was a place to pull over and take a picture. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so we've got a fence here, which tells me there's cattle up in here. And I don't know how good or bad this road is. Alright, so this is the type of roads that I'm dealing with here. They're barely 2 tracks. Super narrow, low vegetation. This is going to be, I mean, a Jeep could make it through this with nothing, but with how tall I am, and how big I am, and this is one of the downsides of full-size Overland. I just don't think that it's going to be conducive for me to take this. It just is narrow. This is how the other trail, when I walked up and looked, how it looked like. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm going to have to look at the map and kind of come up with a plan. All right, so this is where we're at, and to go way out here. Let's see here. Prescott is over here, and this is where we're at today. We went up through 89 Alpha all the way up through all of this, through trying to find, there were some Forest Service roads in here. They were way too narrow. We couldn't fit in there. Went through Jerome, cut down into Cottonwood. I just happened to see this as I was looking at Forest Service roads as I was driving. And the other thing is I have 3 bars of LTE right here, so I thought, well, at least I have cell phone service. And this is Divide Tank, and I just came through that gate. And if you go down here, we may just go right down here, and then it looks like people have driven back in here and just camped. So we won't go too far into this right now because I want to get camp set up. So we'll probably go just a little ways in, right over here, and see if there's a level spot we can set up camp. All right, well, it is 8:25, and I think I'm just gonna have a beer, relax, and I'm not even that hungry. There's someone, I can hear him talking. There's probably 200 meters down the road, and I can actually see cars pass by. So I mean, I can see the road. But again, it's late. Well, it's not really late. It's dark. And I just wanted to kind of stop, get things set up, and I didn't really sleep good last night. Things didn't go as planned today, which is fine. That's just kind of how it works. But I thought I was going to meet up with somebody, and I kind of altered my plans. I was going to be in the Prescott area. I wasn't going to go to the town of Prescott. I was just going to go to the National Forest and try to find somewhere. And so I went into the town because they had said that, hey, just let me know when you'll be in, and we can meet up. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I knew they were going to be working on their vehicle. And so I sent them a message, hey, I'm an hour out, hey, I'm 20 minutes out. And then I waited, went to the coffee shop, went and got some beer, and waited. From the time I sent them a message initially saying I'm an hour out to the time they actually responded was about 5 hours. So, and they were like, well, I'm like, I'll be in this afternoon. They're like, all right, well, hey, I'm just going to be working on my vehicle. Just shoot me a message and I'll be free and we'll hook up, hang out or whatever. And then 5 hours go by and they don't check their phone. So, it is what it is. I'm not 100% happy about it, but at the same time, I'm not mad because it's not like it was official plans. So, it's just one thing about the overlanding community that I've noticed for me especially is that it can be kind of cliquish, and so if you're not in with a group, then you don't really fit in, and you're kind of an outsider. And so I've kind of always been that way. I've had several groups that I've been a part of, or but I've never really fit in. I've always been kind of a loner. So, and that's kind of got me thinking about the whole overland concept, and the whole, I don't want to rebrand because I have a website that's Glad Overland, and I've established myself as Glad Overland. But more and more, I'm starting to realize that, the word overland is not representative of what I think I really am in terms of, this space, this outdoor space, this sport, so to call it. I think I'm just more of a dude that loves nature and likes to camp, out of my vehicle, and also go hiking and backpacking in a tent and stuff like that too. The whole culture of the cool guy and having the cool truck and having the latest gear and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, and everyone says, oh, you don't have to do that to overland. But that's where the community is, That's a good beer. It's the Voodoo Ranger American Haze. It's actually really good. So hopefully I don't get pulled over and have this sweatshirt in the truck with me because it's going to smell like beer. But so it's just one of those things. I have a hard time. I've never had really close friends. I've always had friends, but I've never had really, really close friends. And I think it's just kind of how I grew up in the military, lifestyle, and it's cost me, I think, in this sport, in this space. Good morning. Slept good last night. We got down to 37, 38, but the diesel heater, which actually I need to turn off, but the diesel heater kept us nice and toasty. And then once it gets to temperature, it just slowly ticks away, and it's not that loud at all. And Daisy actually slept all night, but she's probably tired. Although this morning, I'd given her some almonds last night, and I guess that wasn't a good idea. She didn't chew them up, she just kind of inhaled them, and this morning she threw them back up, so no more almonds for Daisy. So I'm gonna brush my teeth, fix some breakfast, and figure out the plan for the day. I think we're gonna kind of explore this area. We're in kind of the mid to southern Coconino National Forest area near Tonto National Forest. Oh! Hey, come here. Good girl, what are you barking at? What is it? I don't see anything. I have blueberry pancakes, and this is just to add water. And somewhere I have syrup. So for 6 to 7 pancakes, these are 4-inch pancakes, so about that big. It says 1 cup of mix and 2/3 cups of water. I don't have my measuring cup with me. I normally have a collapsible one, but I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, I'm just going to put some mix in here, put some water in here, and kind of mix it up and just make one big pancake. I've already got olive oil in there, so you don't necessarily need all the stuff it says you need in terms of tools. You can just improvise and figure it out. And I have to keep an eye on Daisy. People have dumped. There's someone dumped enough baked beans to feed 50 people over there. And she kept going over there and kept going over there. And finally I was like, okay, she's up to something. I thought she was eating grass. I went over there. And she tucked her tail and ran because she knew that she was wrong because she was eating. It'd been there for probably 3 or 4 days, I imagine. So she's starting to get braver and wander off more. I may have to put her on leash. Daisy. That should be right enough for that. Also, don't put tea bags in your cup and put a lid on and shake it, because the tea bags will not contain the leaves. They'll just go everywhere. I never tried to shake it because I had sugar in there, the sweetener, and I hadn't stirred it, and so I thought, well, I'll just shake it. Bad idea. And that's a pretty good consistency, if you can see that. And then I'll just make one huge pancake. So I definitely should have put more olive oil in there, because as you can see it's sticking, but that's fine. I mean, it's all going to the same place. Either way, you just need that bottom portion to cook a little bit. And then we'll just put the syrup in here and eat straight out of the cast iron. And because I did it this way, I have less waste in terms of doing dishes. I didn't dirty this. I didn't dirty a measuring cup. So with breakfast being done and a little bit of caffeine in my system, it's time for the next order of business, which many people have their own takes on how to deal with. But me personally, I am a fan of dig a hole, cat holes. And then I use these Continental flushable wipes, and I've tested these. I put them in water for 10 minutes. And stirred them, and you can see they started to disintegrate, and then 20 minutes stirred them, and so these are biodegradable, and they are septic safe. And so a septic system is the same as basically digging a hole and putting it in the ground. In theory, it all kind of winds up in the ground. So this is why I like to use these Continental flushable wipes. I'm going to go and dig my hole. And you're not going to come with me. So we've come across some views way off in the distance. I guess I came through that possibly. You can see it out there. It's a pretty steep little mountains there. Almost reminds me of Hawaii. So this looks like it drops off down into a little valley area. So I think we're going to turn around. We've come a good ways down this road. It's not very long anyway. And we're going to head back to another Forest Service road, just about 5-10 miles up 260. And supposedly there's some really beautiful views there. So we're going to go see if we can find that. So it's Sunday, October 25th. I'm currently in Las Cruces, Mexico. I'm going to be heading up to the Lincoln National Forest the next couple of days. I'm going to stop this episode here. It's not quite caught up to where I'm at right now, but it's fairly close. We'll pick up the next episode and hopefully have it uploaded in the next week and hopefully get caught up. But if not, I'll just keep pumping them out as fast as I can. So thanks for watching. Remember to get outside.